Alright guys, so welcome back to another video. Today what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be showing you home design, because some of you are requesting it. So first up we have like the basic house. It has doors. There's a lot of things you can do with it, but the first thing I want to show you is this painting here. So it's actually really interesting. Oh yeah, there's also this. But this is really interesting. So what happens is like, it looks like a painting, but then you can actually walk through into a secret room. It could be of any size. How it works is you stack two signs on top of each other, and then you put it down. And then you can just walk through. So I find that very interesting and very fun to use. Another one is this. It's an item frame. You use it if you're running out of storage, or if you want to particularly show something off. You can make it from a bunch of sticks, I think 8 of them, and a piece of leather. You can put it on like this. You can put it on the ground. You can put it in the air. And when you do that, you can put things in it. It could be this, it could be like this. Another interesting thing is you can turn it in circles. Like this. So there are lots of ways to put down chests and such. You can put them down like this, of course, and then just stack them. But this is something that I sometimes use when I have like a very, very small house. Sometimes you don't have enough room to store everything. So one option is you can make a basement, but another option is chests don't actually cover up the whole block. So look here, you can still see the crafting table and furnace underneath it. So you can go and put things in your chests. I'll put these two in here. And then if you're careful, which can be difficult, then you can still access the crafting table and the furnace. So then you can it's easy and it saves room, I guess. So there are grindstones, of course. These are useful for enchanting and disenchanting. You can put them on the ground. And much like item frames, you can also put them on vertical surfaces or airy surfaces. Once again, this saves room. Of course, you can also always put a chest up there. They float. So what I find, and another thing that's interesting, is ender chests. If you put them down, you need silk touch to get them again. But what's so amazing about them is say I were to put another one down right here, then if I were to put an item in here, then it would appear in the other chest. So it's like transportation. Another way to store things are shulker boxes. So you know how like when you break a chest, you'd get like, if the sand were up here, I'd break the chest and then the sand would come out. What I love about shulker boxes is I'm going to put this in here. And then I'm going to mine it. And then like, where'd my stuff go? And it's actually in here, so it's like a backpack, frankly. It's amazing. And nothing like breaking it with hands or whatever will not actually, it won't do anything to the shulker box. Your stuff will be fine. Another thing I want to show you is lanterns. You can put them down like this. They're a source of light. You can also make blue lanterns, but you can also put chains and then put lanterns on the end of those chains. Pretty much what chains were invented for. So there are also ways to put down beds. You can put them down the normal way. Or if you don't have like the space above you, you can actually mine a 1-hole divot in the ground. And then if you have a 3, no, if you don't need a 3, but like if you have a 2-block high house, this will be a life-saving thing. More things I want to show you. This one is really interesting. It's a bit like the item frame. So I were to put it down here, that's very nice. If you're careful with redstone, you can make it dance. What I like about it, say I were to put this, and then it'd be wearing it. You can do this to items as well, and it will appear in the hand. So now we have a Totem of Undying, Turtle Shelled, and Elytrud armor stand. And then when need be, you can equip it. And now I'm wearing the turtle shell. But there are also like a bunch of... Sorry about that. There are also a bunch of different kinds of houses. There are above ground houses, and sometimes you can make basements in them, but sometimes, like, I thought that was water for a minute there. Sometimes they're like, you can just have like an entirely underground house to begin with. Like down here you see, there are my item frames, there's an armor stand, there's a cartography table. Barrels are another way to store things, they're like chests, frankly. And then this is a jukebox. You put music in it and then it makes noise. You can also have them underwater. Like this is a conduit. I can make a video on how you build these. But basically you build these underwater and then you can breathe underwater. They're made from nautilus shells, which are acquired by drown. Like this one right here is holding a nautilus shell. And then a heart of the sea. And then you put a bunch of these things. Prismarine, which you get from the Guardian Temple. And then put it around it and then... Yeah, essentially you get this. And it lets you breathe underwater, and it also lets you see in the dark, which makes it easier to see underwater. So to come up, you could see. But it leaves the moment you leave the water. But when it's raining, on the other hand, it thinks that you're still in the water. So technically speaking, you can still have it when it's raining. And then these are like, you can put armor stands underwater. It's amazing what you can put underwater. Hey look, I enveloped. Wow. Isn't that neat? So basically this video is about like being able to build all sorts of houses. You don't need to follow the same design. You can if you want to, but there's one last thing that I really want to show you. Sometimes you don't even need to build a house. So you could build it in a ravine, you could build it in a cave system, you could build it in a guardian temple, you could build it in a desert temple, or classically you could build it in a village. Or you don't even need to build it in a village, you can just like adopt it as a home. You can add things onto the houses if they're too small. You can use some of the things I suggested, like this one here. You can take the bed as your own, you can take this as your own, and then you can like add, if I were to like break all these, I could add on an extension. I could like make another level, I could make a basement. There's so much you can do with Minecraft house building. Everyone acts like it's a really violent game, but a lot of it is also just like being creative, and it helps you code. Teaches basic coding. So yeah, that'll be it for today. Thank you so much for watching this video, and if you haven't subscribed already, please do, because I'd really appreciate it. But honestly, who wants to hear me yak on about that? Ooh, neat. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I will see you in another video.